prepare some banana bread muffins. Here are some of the utensils to be used. Good sized bowl, a full lemon, some coconut palm sugar, a little baking soda, some organic all-purpose flour as recommended. There's a measuring cup. I used 2 smaller bananas here. You can use ripe ones. I use a baggie. I'll show you what to use that for later. Have the butter, and I use some sunflower lecithin mixed in with the butter to create a non-stick surface on these stainless steel muffin tins. This is a strainer. Grab that, and a glass juicer tool for the lemon, so you get the lemon juice extracted along with the strainer to take out all the particles. Alright, now before we get started on anything, we're going to preheat the oven. So we'll set it to 300, get it started, and then knock the timer up to about an hour. And that'll give us about 15 minutes to get it all prepped. And then once it's thrown in, we give it the rest of the 45 or so minutes to bake. And at that 300 degree temperature, it should get a nice caramelization on the top and be perfectly baked and moist. So we're going to get these bananas thrown in the bowl here. And really I'm just going to demonstrate how it doesn't matter the order at which you throw these in. Even if you put the baking soda in and then throw the lemon juice in and then add the other ingredients, it really does take a little while for the lemon juice to fully react with the baking soda. So it does give you time to kind of muddle all the ingredients together. So these aren't so bruisey. Makes it a little bit easier. Kind of the optimal bananas to use. I would just use 1 large banana, but in this case, they're all. So just grabbing a scoop. I'll be using a rough, approximately a level teaspoon. Maybe slightly more isn't a big deal. Gives it the fluffiness that is so delectable, along with the full lemon. So I'll be using a half a cup. You can use a little bit extra, depends on how sweet you like your muffins. Taking a quick check at the recipe. So we're going to grab about 3 tablespoons worth of butter for the muffins themselves. And then another tablespoon or so. Along with some sunflower lecithin. Just a small bit would do, about that. That would drip off. Not much is needed, just to demonstrate. Yeah, you can also use capsulized lecithin, which makes it a little easy serving amount. So you'll take one of these capsules. You can bite just the tip, or poke it with the tip of a knife, just so you can squeeze it out. And then just squeeze some onto the butter. It's a little bit messy to work with, very thick, goopy stuff. So to be able to just extract it from one of the capsules works great. So here's an idea. If you ever need to pick something up or grab something that you want to be able to seal up afterwards for sanitation reasons. This is also how I apply the butter to the inside of the pan for the fat coating, the non-stick surface. So I blended the lecithin into the butter. I'll just put a little bit in each one. Into both pans. I'll do this first so I can make sure I get kind of an even amount in each cup. There we go. I'm just smoothing it around. Doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. Nice thing about butter is it's got a little bit of water in it already, and that moisture as it steams up, bubbles up, will help with the non-stick. And then the lecithin helps with the rest. Lecithin is very nutritive, as well as it helps to emulsify fats down to their smallest particles, which helps prevent clumping. So we go, flipping it back, set up, and then you can seal it. So whether it's fish guts or whatever you want to keep from being effervescent in your garbage. Alright, now I'll use a cookie sheet. And I can array these 2 6 muffin pans on top of the cookie sheet like that. And we'll take that lemon. It's a pretty obvious part. Just juicing it and then straining out the guts. Won't be needing the pulp, the seeds. And a full lemon's worth of juice. Get plenty of fluff with the baking soda. Vinegar can also be used, but I prefer the flavor that lemon lends. You can already begin to see the baking soda bubbling there. As the acids of the lemon juice start to react. And we'll take this kind of wire masher, as it were, just work all the ingredients together. Pretty quick process, and you'll see the consistency it should be after everything's blended. And no other moisture really needs to be added. Just the lemon juice and the bananas being made into a paste. And with the baking soda reacting with the lemon juice, it'll begin to get fluffy. So it'll be a perfect kind of foamy texture that will just spoon into the cups on the muffin tins. Even distribution between the muffin tins will give you some small muffins, but you could call them bite-sized, but not everyone wants a huge muffin, and you get more surface area, but yet it's so moist. Some people like that caramelized outside, and yet the underside doesn't get overcooked because we leave that cookie sheet on underneath that helps diffuse the heat, so it doesn't get the direct heat on the very bottoms of those muffin tin cups. It would go just perfectly if I put it in at this point, just kind of making sure to work in any powdered material that might go to the bottom, but that's about the consistency you want. Notice there's some small pieces of banana in there. Those will all just kind of cook down. Not noticeable in the final product. And spooning in, if you're slow and kind of careful about it, you won't have to do a lot of cleanup. If you use a smaller spoon also, and you just do more bits, then you won't have as much of a mess. If you use a larger spoon, it's more of a risk. You're going to get little pieces all over, and then you're going to have to be wiping up. Because obviously you don't want stuff getting burnt onto the top. Little flyaway pieces that aren't part of the bigger mass. So I'm just doing one kind of small spoon into each, and then I'll go back over and put a second into each. And then in the end you kind of equalize with the ones that got slightly overfilled with the ones that are slightly underfilled. Just try to get them all equal. It's a pretty quick process, and Doesn't have to be perfect. Yet when it comes out, it'll be pretty perfect. Amazing flavor, great texture, low glycemic, egg-free, and a great way to utilize some bananas that are getting overripe. So whether it's just for a snack or a dessert treat that you could add a little bit. And in this case, add some strawberry preserves that I mixed with butter and use that to kind of add to almost as a dipping sauce because they weren't super sweet. That's a nice thing about coconut palm sugar. It's not super sweet. It has amino acids in it, minerals. It's yet another of the wonderful things you can get from a coconut palm tree. Just use a spatula to make sure you get every last bit, as much as you can. And there we go. Aside from equalizing slightly, they appear to be relatively even. Just a little bit by little bit. It's just good to make sure that they're all pretty equal so that you don't get to some that are overcooked and some that are just barely cooked. You want them all about the same consistency, so they take about the same amount of time. Just take these and... oh, yep. See those little bits? If you don't clean those off, then they'll burn on. So there we go. They should come out perfect. We look forward to showing you more videos in the near future. If you like what you see, please like, share, and subscribe, and comment below. And wonderful rest of the week.